Welcome back to the college level. Before we get into this fun 4th of July game show, Nick, he put together a game show for us because he's a history buff, knows history, studies it. He's probably the smartest person I know when it comes to this stuff. We have very below average history skills, and we're going to do everything in our power to fuck with them.
We're really just going to make inside joke, gaslighty type of behavior and just see how much we can get under his skin because he is so passionate. And we'll see just how far it takes him.
Yeah, so footnote, we're not this stupid.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be some things we probably should learn. And we may give like a mulligan if he asks. We haven't seen the questions yet. If he asks like, who's the first president? Yeah, we'll get that one right. But some of the more, you should know, but maybe miss out a few details. We're going to try to mentally break him with how stupid we can come up with some of these answers.
It's really just a game between us.
Yeah.
Because Nick put so much effort into this, so it's kind of funny.
And he's just anyone who has passion. If you don't know anything about it, it just drives him up a wall.
So keep track of who has dumber answers, I guess.
Yeah, Nick, we love you if you're watching this back. Truly, we do. We don't mean to discredit the work you put in. We just want to.
But we really don't know anything, so we want to kind of cover our ass and make sure we don't look stupid. So enjoy this episode.
Happy 4th of July.
U.S. History Quiz. 7 years ago, the boys decided they were going to take a history quiz. Shout out Abraham Lincoln and the Gettysburg Address.
Abe Links.
Anyways.
No.
Without further ado, today we will be taking a U.S. history quiz. I've concocted a couple of easy questions and a couple of other questions.
That means we're going to get our ass kicked.
And we're going to test some knowledge of Jordan and Josh today on their U.S. history. Disclaimer: all of these should have been taught to you.
Ooh, calling
in your
people out.
U.S. history class.
Play along at home.
So if you're playing along at home and you don't know the answers, you should have paid more attention in history class.
Happy 4th of July too.
Yes,
That's going on.
Yes, happy 4th of July. Shoot off some fireworks. Don't shoot off your hands.
Don't shoot people.
Yeah.
Don't shoot missiles.
Yeah, and don't shoot missiles.
I will say,
True.
In recent events, the missile strikes on Iran's nuclear thing, that is the second worst thing that happened this week since Pacers losing the finals last night.
Bro, R.I.P. Tyrese Halliburton. We are recording this on the 23rd of June.
Correct.
So, yeah, Tyrese Halliburton.
It'd be out for next year.
We wish you
Dude,
good health, sir.
Yeah, you got a long recovery, so if you want to come onto the pod and talk
bro, if you want to come
I'm pretty sure I would bust if we got
Pull
Tyrese Halliburton.
that'd be so cool.
Pull up. That'd be sick.
Before we start, I just want to say I might whoop your ass.
I thought we were doing this together, homie.
I might whoop your ass, too.
Really?
I've got some qualifications.
Uh-oh.
I'll have you know, in 8th grade, I was the map master.
Oh, my God damn it.
Don't worry, Josh. There's no geography questions. Well, there's a couple.
I named all the U.S. presidents in order.
There's only 2 of those questions, and they're both layups. If you get them wrong, Josh, I'll be embarrassed for you.
Yeah, thanks for the low stakes pressure, man.
I will admit to my teacher, I wrote their initials on the inside of all my fingers.
Did you really?
All however many there are. 47 now.
Hey, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart.
I will say before we start, were you good at history in school?
Yeah.
I was like, I think, no exaggeration, I beast every semester of every history class I took in high school.
I'm not going to remember.
I was cracked at Fortnite at history.
Honestly, you had to be.
Fortnite history. Okay, that would be a different game if it was.
Yeah, I'm not doing good there, but.
When was the burst rifle introduced?
Yeah,
right.
What season did Dusty Depot become Dusty Divot? Season 5, I think. I don't know.
So yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. Let's get right into the quiz. Question number 1. Which colony did the United States not obtain after the Spanish-American War of 1889?
What is Guam?
Guam.
What's Cuba?
Never mind.
Is it A, Cuba, B. Guam, C. the Philippines, or D. Hawaii?
So we're working together?
I'm down.
I feel-
Are we trying to get a passing score?
Yes. The passing score is, I'm not an easy teacher, so in my class, D's do not get degrees. You need a C to pass.
Shit.
You need a 70.
So that's
14 correct questions.
14 out of 20?
Yes. You
Oh,
have.
wow.
We just realized how hard. I will say this. I could be 100% wrong. I feel like Hawaii didn't become a state till like the 1900s. I don't know why. And plus, it's so like Hawaii is a state and the others are just territories.
And the question says, which colony?
Ooh.
Is this easy to you?
But I mean, if you think about it, most U.S. states started out as colonies. Think about the 13 colonies.
That's some bull. Honestly, if the first 13 to go would be the first 13. Let's do. My gut says the Philippines or Hawaii.
I think I gotta go Hawaii.
All right, we're gonna lock in Hawaii.
That is correct.
Let's go, baby.
That is correct. The following the Spanish-American War of 1889, the United States obtained 4 colonial colonies: the Philippines, Guam,
Cuba, Guam, and Japan.
Puerto Rico.
Not yet.
Puerto
Sorry.
Puerto
Whoa.
Rico's
Was that
a US
was that in
territory?
poor taste?
Yes.
Huh.
Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
You didn't know that?
It's,
I learned a
it's
thing.
probably the closest
Wow.
U.S. territory to becoming a state.
Huh.
That's the US
Probably
territories.
accurate.
Question number 2. This is an easy gimme question. Who was the 16th president of the United States?
Is it?
Served from 1861 to 1865.
Am I wrong to say it's Andrew Johnson?
He's got my last name.
Was Lincoln 16th or 17th? Who took? Can I ask a follow up to something? Who was president after Lincoln? If you can give that away.
Nope, I can't.
Shit. I feel like this is
Then
literally.
that means it's one of them.
I feel like this. He may have just.
That
pulled,
is correct. It is one of the 4 on the screen.
I feel like he pulled. Those are all the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th president. Like they're all,
I think
they're all
Andrew
in a row.
Johnson was like the 5th president, or the
I think you think of Andrew Jackson.
Yes.
Andrew Jackson.
You're
That's
thinking
who
of
I'm
Andrew
thinking of.
Jackson.
James Madison's got to be low too.
I don't know. The problem is I don't know years. So like 18. That besides like I know it's not Obama. Like for obvious, you know what I mean, or Bush or somebody.
Abe Lincoln.
Is that what you're shooting with?
Is that what we're locking in?
Abraham Lincoln.
I'll go with the boy.
Abe Lincoln. That is correct.
I was
It
wrong.
is Abe Lincoln.
Hell yeah, man.
Served during the Civil War. He was inaugurated essentially when the Civil War began in 1861 and was assassinated in 1865 following the conclusion of the Civil War.
Who took
All right.
over?
Question
for him?
number 3. Why did
Yeah,
the
who
Confederate...
took over?
Oh, Andrew Johnson.
So
Bang.
I was a year.
Yeah,
off.
so you were
All right.
correct, Josh.
Shit.
That's why I couldn't give you the next one.
I
'cause-
gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn.
Why did the Confederacy start the Civil War? Was it because of A, states' rights? Was it because of B, illegal taxation? Was it because of C, slavery? Or was it because the attack that they commenced on Fort Sumter?
This is what always fucked me in history class because I was like, literally, it could have been all the above. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
war
Yes.
doesn't start for one sole reason, as a main reason, but not a sole reason.
But there's a big driving factor that started the Civil War.
Sumter. Hardly know her.
Sumter.
Civil War, I know was slavery, but I don't know if it was started because they were attacked at Fort Sumter. Illegal taxation, I think, is Revolutionary War,
Correct.
and I believe. But states' rights could also be Civil War because it was all the states against
But
each
states'
other.
rights could also be slavery, right? Because they were
The
split
right
up.
to slavery.
Well, half of them believed they had the right to slavery.
Was it perfectly half and half?
No.
Pretty much.
Close.
About as it got later on in the war, you had more territories like California and such become states and join on the Union. But
Can I ask something? Would you consider this a layup question?
yes,
I know, so we get it wrong. My problem is slavery keeps jumping out at me.
I like. Well, don't word it
yeah,
like
that's
that.
horrible. I feel very chained to slavery. Let's say it like that.
yeah. Let's maybe
Let's-
maybe you're
sorry.
getting worse.
Hey, let's lock in Slavery.
Yeah.
Correct.
Slavery.
3 for 3. So if you are of the mindset that the Civil War was started because of states' rights, dear viewer, the Civil War was started because of these states' rights to own slaves. So the key
It's a very
root
specific
of the war
right.
is yes.
Got okay.
Yeah, they're
We're
not
on
just
the right
mad
track.
because the United States government was infringing upon their rights in general. They were
Didn't I
mad
say
because
that?
they couldn't own people anymore.
Didn't I say that?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Dude.
I almost said something, but I had to.
I'm feeling good.
I couldn't give it away. You were cooking there, Jordan.
Thank you.
I will give
Oh,
you
this
some
one's
kudos.
long.
What was the name of the first government document that was created that laid out the framework for the new colonial government?
The Bible.
Yeah, the Quran. I have.
What is the Book of Mormon?
The problem is, like, I never even heard of B. The Declaration of Independence, Constitution, Bill of Rights. I would have been like they were all written on the same day.
Isn't the Bill of Rights technically part of the Bible or based on the Bible?
No,
No.
but it's
It's
based.
the 10 Commandments.
Yes, but there are 10 bills of in the original
10
Bill of Rights.
bills
There are
of
10.
rights.
So
The
yes.
Ten Commandments don't have anything about freedom of speech, does it?
No.
We're going way off topic. Never mind. What was first?
Man, I'll tell you what. Only one of these has a movie about it. And boy, was Nick Cage killer in that movie.
Independence?
The Declaration of Independence. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Nope.
Really?
It is the Articles of Confederation.
The hell is that?
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
I had never even heard of that.
Well, I'll pull up. I have a little thing, and I'll pull it up for you guys after the or I can just Google it right now.
Whatever you want, whatever
So
you have
whatever-
prepared.
But basically, the Articles of Confederation was a
Is that
first
rare
form of
moment where
government.
is that rare moment where you bully your teacher into pulling out their phone because they forgot?
So, adopted in 1777, served as the first Constitution of the United States. It established a league of friendship, essentially, among the 13 colonies. There was no established federal government. Basically, all the states acted as independent countries. And so all 13 colonies had separate currencies, separate styles of government. And so
Huh.
it just made it really hard. And furthermore, since they didn't have a federal government, they couldn't localize a federal military. So they had to deal with localized militias.
So, for example, real quick, you couldn't have been from New York and paid for something in Pennsylvania with New York money.
Potentially not, if
Okay.
they had separate currency systems.
Ha. I'm
Yeah.
starting to get this now.
Yeah, so it made it pretty tough to get stuff done on the national stage. Also, just defending the country in general was almost impossible because you had to still rely on region-wide militias as opposed to a army.
Next question before we
Nice.
even see it. I'm going to say it's D. You want to lock in no matter what it is? Let's do it.
He already switched it.
Do you really?
Lock that
that's
in.
actually so funny, Josh. I thought you looked at the first one.
I did not.
That's actually so funny. Yeah, you are correct. It is George Washington.
That's gonna look so close on camera, but in real time,
Yeah. Judging by your reaction, I think this was genuine.
that was genuine.
That was
I'm
genuine
not even-
excitement from Josh.
I knew he switched it, but I didn't see anything.
You are correct. I mean, so
Damn.
right now, you all have a passing score. You are scoring at an 80% right now.
4 for
We are
5.
4 for 5.
I
So
li-
we can only miss.
Or wait, yeah. You can only miss
Five
five
more?
more questions.
Shit, that's still not. And we haven't even got to the hard shit yet.
No,
so
we're
it's-
good.
You've got through some of the hard stuff. Like the first question was
Really?
really hard.
Really?
Yes.
What
What was the first question?
This doesn't give cram for the test.
Oh, the
prize?
Spanish-American War.
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Okay. What was the name of the alliance the United States fought in during World War One?
The
The Entente.
I
Was
said-
it the
I was gonna say it's
Entente,
only
the
one-
Allied powers, the Central Powers, or NATO?
I've never even heard of A. I've heard of the other
But
three.
it's calling to me.
Isn't Entei a Pokemon?
Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
I
Pikachu?
can't look away from Entente. Entente.
I feel like we're not even saying it. How do you say it?
It's the Entente.
Aunt.
It's French.
I was gonna say it sounded Spanish.
I can't look away. Allied powers sounds the most correct. I don't think NATO was a thing yet.
But I can't. I think it's rather Allied or Central. I'm pretty sure NATO came as a result.
I think you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Allies is rather the good guys or the bad guys. Same thing with Central.
I was always taught when you don't know the answer, you go with B.
Sure.
B.
That's the one I'm most confident in.
Incorrect.
Is it the-
Your initial hunch, Jordan, was correct. It is the Entente.
The Entente.
Was the name of the alliance.
Was Allied the bad guys?
No, the Allied Powers is the name of the alliance the Americans fought in during World War II. The Central Powers is the name of the German, Austro-Hungarian, and Ottoman Empire
He's so
alliance
smart.
during World War I. And then NATO was the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is a anti-communist military pact, essentially, between the United States and most European powers.
I don't even know how the fuck.
Article
he knows
5
this.
is like a big thing within NATO. So like basically NATO is like Article 5 within NATO is like if you attack a country within NATO, all NATO countries are going to declare war on you. So like if Russia were to
Does that not
invade-
exist still?
It still does today.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. That makes
Ukraine has been trying to get NATO membership for the longest time, but that's going to start a huge global war. So
Oh, what else
that's
is new?
Yeah, that's some stuff there. But yeah, NATO started in like the 50s or 60s. I want to say.
Oh, I was not even correct on my World War II assumption.
Wow.
Quick question before you go to the next one. Are you more of a fan of World War I or World War II? What's more
Yeah,
fascinating?
which one was better?
Yeah, what was more fascinating? Let's phrase it like that.
I mean, I don't know. One is definitely less studied, but two is. I mean, I just love World War II. I
Two
think
was
super
Hitler,
cool.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
two was Hitler. I mean, he did fight in World War One though. He fought in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and he almost died during World War One. Interestingly enough, his trench was gassed, and he
The
almost
irony.
didn't get
Ironic.
his he almost didn't get his gas mask on his time, and he almost suffocated to death.
Is that how he's like, whenever like the Nazis came to power, he's like, guys, I got the perfect shit.
Maybe. Next question. What was the name of the Middle Eastern nation the United States defended and liberated during Operation
Shit.
Desert Shield and Storm? This took place in 1990 and 1991.
If we didn't have multiple choice, I would have said Afghanistan.
The Afghans were
I
involved
thought you were having a PTSD episode or something.
in a conflict in the 1990s and 91, fun fact, but it was not with the United States. It was
okay.
with the Soviet Union.
How does he know that? You know what this is? This is like this is your autism thing.
Yes.
Mine is like video games from the 80s, and yours is fucking history. His is probably music.
Oh, Jordan's is definitely music or content creation.
Kuwait.
Kuwait is calling to me.
Is that a country?
Yes, Kuwait is a country.
Yes.
Can I get a general location where that is?
It's in the Middle East. It's
Yes.
next to all of these countries.
Is
Yes.
it? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, literally all these countries are touching each other. Kuwait borders Iraq.
I say Iraq.
Iraq.
Iraq's a very American thing, right? We're going to Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have said A.
Well,
or-
actually, now
A
the
or
more
B.
American thing to say is we're going to Iran. But
Yeah, if you say Iran, it kind of irritates me.
Iran. Operation Desert.
Saudi.
Do you think it's Saudi?
No, I really think it's Kuwait or Iraq.
My guess was rather A or B, and so far we're honing in on B.
Can I ask a question?
yes.
What year was Desert Storm?
Desert Storm was 91 and Desert Shield was 90.
All right, so back to back.
Shield is the defense campaign and Storm is the liberation campaign.
Shield is actually run by Nick Fury. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually dismantled by Captain America. So,
Damn. And Storm is for the X-Men.
and Storm is from the X-Men.
I would go Iraq.
This question is actually just a big Marvel Rivals reference.
My trigger word.
you did sleep ration phrase.
The numbers, Mason.
Dude, okay, Call of Duty Black Ops is that 2?
1.
One.
No,
well,
not-
two's
not-
the one that's like
Set-
been taking place within the recent days.
It officially is no longer set in the future.
Yeah, it's like in the
now
past.
set in
now.
the past.
We're old.
Fun fact.
Crazy. Anyway. Kuwait.
Sure.
Oh, but I like Iraq.
Come on. You got commitment issues. man.
Iraq.
You ran Iraq. That's pretty cool.
Can I add a
Thank you.
I don't want to get this wrong. How many do we have wrong?
I'm pretty sure it's just 2.
So we can.
You guys were supposed to.
no.
Be keeping score.
Oh
Shit,
no. Okay,
whoa.
so we've missed 2.
Okay, just mark how much we get wrong. I like Iraq.
I like Iraq.
Iraq.
Is it Kuwait?
Yep.
Fuck. Dang it. Damn it.
It was indeed Kuwait.
We can only miss 2 more.
Withdraw from Kuwait.
No, we can miss
or
6.
face a coalition
Oh.
ready to dislodge your regime. In 1890, what landmark court ruling aimed to level out the economic playing field of American businesses as well as break up and limit the power of monopolies within the U.S. economy?
Shit.
Is it A, the Anti-Monopolies Act
That feels tough
Of-
on the
of
nose.
1890? I was supposed to take that part off because it gave the year away.
I'm going to go with
I'll
A.
include it then. B, the Sherman Antitrust Act.
I was right?
C, the
Oh,
Fair
fuck.
Wages Act. Or D, the Jefferson Reduction Act.
I think anti-monopoly is too
Disclaimer,
on the
some of
nose.
these are not real. I've made some of these court rulings up.
I'm going to... Oh, crap.
Oh,
Like,
Like the
Oh.
names of some of these they're not real events.
I don't want to say where Nick lives, but Sherman means something, which is why it's fucking with me.
Teach, be honest with me.
Okay.
Level with us.
Is it A? But it's not my official answer. But this is the moment where you're taking the test and you're like, and the teacher walks over and you're like, if I was hovering over A, what would your reaction be? And if I move down to B,
I'm going to give you the same face for every one.
and
but
if I move down to C,
Jefferson Reduction sounds like a band.
it does. And fair wages sound like a song from Jefferson Reduction.
I got fair wages.
I love the Fair Wages Act.
I'm trying to I've never even...
It's my favorite
Anti-monopolies
piece
to
of
me
government legislation.
just seems too on the money.
What did you originally say?
I said Sherman.
No, before he flipped it, you said
B.
Yeah, I said
That
B.
was his call out. Was B.
Sherman.
If I find out he
Landmark
named
court.
Sherman after what we know Sherman is, I'm going to break both my kneecaps.
All I know is Sherman and Peabody. Peabody and Sherman.
That was Peabody.
Yeah, Peabody and Sherman.
Oh, these are Peabody.
Peabody. Pee-pee.
I gotta fair wages doesn't even make sense to me. Anti-monopoly.
I
seems
think it's
too on
fair
the-
wages. I think it's fair wages. I've read that in a textbook before.
Sure.
Fair wages. Is it
Right.
Sherman?
Yep.
No way.
I'm 2 for 2.
Josh was right.
Fuck,
Yep.
man.
Dang it. We've
So-
got to lock in.
How many?
We've missed 4.
Maybe I'll lower the criteria down to a D.
I know this one.
Maybe we'll hit a curve.
I know
One.
this
Come on,
one.
can I just get it out of the way right now?
Yeah.
Delaware.
Correct. Good job, Josh.
You know why?
Good job.
How did you know that?
Because I'm not making this up. I was in a Minecraft server when I was 13 where we had to recreate the 13 colonies, and I got tasked with building Delaware. And in the instruction, it said, put a sign saying this was the first established state.
Is that a canon event? Because I remember building the 13 colonies in Minecraft.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
do that.
You didn't do that?
No.
We would find villages in Minecraft, and like that's Delaware, that's Rhode Island, and then we'd make roads.
No, like I literally made like Jamestown in Minecraft.
I mean, like I definitely like trick out a village every once in a while and like give it like a fort name or something like that. But that's about it.
wow. Could you imagine if the 13 original colonies had enchanted diamond armor?
Bro.
One fell swoop.
The British didn't win us to a chance.
Right? Mm-mm.
Well, I heard
Shit,
they were. I heard
it's
they were coming.
enchanted.
Right.
I heard the British were coming.
It's enchanted, bruv.
Bruv. Bruv.
Indianapolis was the first capital of Indiana.
I know
True or
that.
false?
I know that one easily.
And you know what? I'll
Do you not
even
know that? It's because my ex-girlfriend used to live in the original first capital, which is Corden, Indiana.
correct.
And
Josh
also
is on a
in
roll.
Corden, you'll probably test this. In Corden, they have it posted every 2 feet that this
Yes.
is the first capital of
Yes.
Wow.
And the original courthouse.
That's right.
Or first state house is still in Corden. So
Wow.
It's a
If
cool
this
little
was
thing to check
Indiana
out.
history, this would be a different ballgame.
Yeah, they still have like the original like post office and a lot of the original buildings from. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We're halfway and we
Anyways.
missed 4.
Next question. In what year did Alaska become a U.S. state?
Let me lock in.
Is it A, 1970,
That feels like that's
B.
too late.
1897,
I don't think
C.
it's too late.
1959,
Alaska
or
and
D,
Hawaii were the first
You're telling me
ones.
the
or the
Beatles
last
were around
ones.
longer than the-
1947.
Wait, didn't he
I mean,
say...
to be fair, Josh, the Doritos Locos Tacos was around longer than the Confederate States of America.
That's
so,
true.
just to throw that
That's
out there.
fire.
Didn't he
That is
say
fire.
Hawaii was...
Hawaii and Alaska were the last 2 states.
I feel like they were...
Another thing that's fire, Sherman's March to the Sea. If you get it, you get it. And if you live in Georgia, I'm sorry.
I don't know why. For my preconceived knowledge, I would have guessed Hawaii, because that was the first question. I would have said it became a state in the 50s. And for some reason, I thought I remember reading that Alaska and Hawaii became states when at least within 5 years of each other.
My gut tells me 70. I did a project on Alaska.
That's more credit than I have.
It was probably 5th grade.
I don't...
We had to like draw the map like of the state and then like what was in it.
Can I say something that's on my side a little?
Yeah.
This is question 11. 11's my lucky number.
Okay.
All right.
50s?
1959, Nick.
Ding, ding, ding. You are correct.
Wow.
What is that,
stuff,
3 in a
Josh.
row?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow, he's on fire.
He's hot. He's on fire.
Hopefully he doesn't tear his Achilles after hitting 3 3-pointers in the first 4 minutes of the first
Wow,
quarter.
You really want me to jump out the window?
Yeah, bro, you gotta calm
I'm
down.
just kidding. I feel like this is a trick question.
What year was the Constitution of the United States of America created? Was it drafted in A, 1776, B, 1778, C, 1783, or D, 1787? One of these should be eliminated from prior information that was obtained earlier in the
You
quiz.
can't do that to us. You can't feel like you have to learn from what you already did. I feel like created and can you give me that? Is created and signed 2 completely different things?
They were created and signed in the same year.
It has to be 76.
it has to be 76 then.
Yeah.
But I think
Was that-
think it took a year
No,
or
that
two
was
to
Declaration
sign.
of Independence.
Great save.
Good save, Josh.
78?
Such a save, Josh.
78.
I didn't read the question.
Or is it 78?
I don't know. Rip.
My guess would be 78-83. That's my
Do you
guess.
think that they would have just taken a year off and then did back-to-back bangers like that, though?
Yeah, when was the Bill of Rights signed?
Maybe. Maybe they did.
Constitution. 83 looks nice.
If you want to take the shot with it, I don't care.
But then I look at 87 and all I can think of is, was that the bite of 87? And it was actually the bite of 83, which is C.
Is that why you put it on here? Maybe that's what he's trying to trick us by doing Finance at Freddy's years, and it's 78.
Well, it was not. It was 90.
I'll be honest, I'm not very versed in
Oh.
in FNAF lore, so I'm definitely not
Oh,
trying to pull
wow.
a fast one there.
You could be lying.
I'm not lying.
If-
I will be very honest.
If you weren't, I'll let you get final say. All I'll say is if we're doing it individually, I would have picked 78.
That's where my initial gut was. So I'm down to go down.
1778.
Nope.
83.
Nope.
87.
Correct.
Damn. He goes
The bite of
76.
1787.
We can only.
Dang.
So that's 5.
We can only miss one more. And is there bonus questions outside of 20?
Yes.
Okay, so we can
And,
recover.
and you know what? Depending on what your score is, I will
Double points the bonus
maybe
questions.
give them double points.
Okay.
I think I know this because I saw the movie.
What country did the historical event, the Battle of Mogadishu, and the movie Black Hawk Down take place in? Is it A, Kenya, B, Somalia, C, Ethiopia, or D, Nigeria?
Can I ask this?
Yes.
So from the Black Hawk Down movie, does it take place in the same as the porn Black Hawk Down? Because if so, it's Somalia.
Are you sure?
Sure.
I mean, Ethiopia though.
I think I remember hearing about Black Hawk Down when we were learning about Somalia.
Somalia. I like that. Somalia.
That is correct.
Bang.
Woohoo.
Dude, you're so much better at this than I am.
Question number 14. Which U.S. president orchestrated and enforced the Trail of Tears, killing and displacing thousands of Native Americans?
Clinton.
Surely it wasn't Jackson, because then we put him on the best dollar bill.
You think 20 is the best looking?
20 is the best dollar bill.
I like a good 50. Who's on the
I like
50?
a good 100.
50s break weird.
Is 50...
True.
Is that Ulysses S. Grant?
Yes.
Ben Franklin's the 100.
Yup.
Link's the 5.
Yep.
Washer's number 1.
James
Yup.
Madison's on the 10.
True.
I think that Andrew Jackson
It
on
is
the
Ulysses S. Grant.
on the
Good job.
20.
And JFK's on the $50.
I like
Okay.
Jackson.
I think it's Jackson because of my knowledge of the $20 bill. He did something racist. And
And they were
everybody
trying to
was like,
change it.
let's change it. And then they wanted Rosa Parks on it, Andrew Jackson.
Correct.
Bang!
Give me some.
Correct.
Let's go.
Correct.
Bang!
Yeah, I personally think he shouldn't be on the $20 bill, but
Who?
Should or shouldn't?
shouldn't.
Oh.
Who
Who would you replace him with?
It's about time to update it. But you know what happens if it gets updated?
I mean, I think there are plenty of...
It
I
should
think-
be we should
think-
cycle it like the NBA All-Stars.
I actually think that's a good idea. I think we should cycle it with prominent historical figures. I mean,
Martin Luther King on 20.
if anything else, it just brings importance and it highlights the legacy that they left on American history.
But then it's kind of like, was it a good legacy?
Well, I mean, it's a legacy regardless. It's something you learn from.
That's true.
True.
That's true.
I'm feeling way more
You got to
confident.
look at it from an objective standpoint. You got to be able to label that it's bad, but you still look at it from an objective standpoint and learn from said information.
I love that.
Preaching to the choir.
That's the beauty of history.
Oh,
Next
fucking
question.
quote that, baby.
What was the name of the famous abolitionist who was arrested and killed following the raid of Harper's Ferry?
I've never even heard of Harper's Ferry.
Was it A, William Henry Harrison, B, Nathaniel Hawthorne, C, John Brown, or D, Frederick Douglass?
I don't know how else to phrase this, and I could be 1,000% wrong. I may be thinking it was either Booker T. Washington or Frederick Douglass. Which one of them was? Didn't they hate each other? Or am I just completely making that up?
Maybe, but
Okay, never. Anyway, I don't know why I want to say Nathaniel Hawthorne.
That's what I was thinking, but I think from the depths of my mind, William Henry Harrison is important for some reason.
Wasn't he the president that
is.
died 30 days after he was elected from pneumonia? And he was like you should get treatment. He's like, fuck you, I'm the president, and just died. So he wouldn't have been killed.
We got clarification on that?
Am I 100%
yeah, you're
right?
correct, Josh.
I have never even John Brown. I'm pretty sure I've met a guy at a bar named
Yeah.
John Brown. I can't distinct that for anyone in history.
Yeah. You're not special, pal.
And Frederick Douglass, I don't think he was murdered per se. So I think Nathaniel Hawthorne. This is where I find out Frederick Douglass is like the most.
I think it's Frederick Douglass.
Can you give us something? Or is one of us right?
Yeah, can we do our 50-50? Is it B or D?
Well, I mean,
It's
just-
John Brown.
It's
Yeah.
John Brown.
Yeah, it is John Brown. It is John Brown. But you were,
got him
listen,
tongue-twisted.
y'all were locked in on B and D, so we'll waive this question.
Sure.
If you need one to pass, I'll give it to you. But
How was he killed? Just shot?
yeah, either shot or hung. But he was arrested. Harper's Ferry was a weapons depot that was raided by abolitionists in an attempt to free slaves in the area.
What do we know Nathaniel Hawthorne for?
Yes.
The Revolutionary War. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yes.
Either that or he is an economist.
Was
but I don't
Frederick
think he
Douglass the
is.
one about having like black people in college, or was that Booker T. Washington?
I don't know, but Frederick Douglass is a very, very well studied African American abolitionist.
Gotcha.
Cool.
What was the American political ideology that aimed at
I think I know
stopping
this
the
one too.
spread of communism?
The
around
Red
globe?
Scare. The Red Scare. Oh,
Hold on.
Is it A, the Red Scare,
yes.
B, the Marshall Plan,
No.
C, the Monroe Doctrine.
Maybe.
Or D, the Truman Doctrine.
I'm assuming Truman applies to Harry Truman.
Well, Truman's probably after the Truman Show, and that wasn't out yet.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Like the Jim Carrey doctorate?
No, you were correct, Josh.
It's A.
No, the Truman Doctrine is about Harry Truman,
Oh.
the U.S.
No.
president.
Jim. All right, wait. We're gonna teach you something. The Truman Doctrine is actually about Jim Carrey.
It's about Jim
Okay,
Carrey.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, my fault.
I mean, the Red Scare. I know that's like the communists are next door. Like,
That is correct. But
Is that not the
stopping
but
the
was
spread?
that the correct? But is that the correct answer?
this son of a bitch. He took something we knew and he's using it against us.
And the prominence year-wise was like the 1950s, 60s. This is like Korea, the Vietnam War, Afghanistan.
Oh, that helps everything.
Is this a layup?
No, this is not a layup.
Monroe Doctrine. That's what I think.
50s Marilyn Monroe would have been popular, so sure. Tits.
No. That's not what I said. As it wasn't locked in.
He actually said Marshall. You misheard.
Marshall, like
Marshall
Mathers.
Yeah, that's correct.
The Marilyn Monroe, Jim Carrey, and Eminem.
The Red Skull, Marshall Mathers, Marilyn Monroe,
Jim Carrey.
and Jim Carrey. Who's the coolest? This is how I take tests, by the way.
Who's Aura maxing on this question?
Marshall Plan.
I like Marshall Plan.
Marshall Plan.
Oh, but it's got to be Truman.
You think?
Because Jim Carrey.
He was the Grinch. I'll give it to Truman.
Truman.
That is correct.
Bang!
The Monroe Doctrine is manifest destiny. It's a
Nice.
it's James Monroe basically being like, we can go west.
Pretty sure it's
the Marshall
Maryland.
Plan is an economic plan that was developed to help rebuild Europe following the destruction that was World War II. And then the Red Scare is a communism scare, but it took place in the early 1990s and 20s when Woodrow Wilson was our president. A lot of people were jailed.
1990s and 20s?
1990 or the teens, late teens.
The odds.
Oh, okay.
But people were jailed and killed because they were believed to be communists.
Damn.
I'm gonna double check the years on the Red Scare, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we have 4 left. We can only miss 1.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes, I was correct. 1917 to 1920.
Hey, don't doubt yourself. Got history.
we kind of did bully Teach into giving us 2. but-
Okay, well, we need a mulligan.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I like golf, so I like mulligans. So, yeah, I like that word. Question 17. What was the name of the historical event that triggered the Great Depression?
It ain't housing market.
I don't think it's A or B because I don't think they would have doubled down on great.
I feel like Black Monday. Did you just combine Cyber Monday and Black Friday?
Nope, Black Monday is a real day.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
Housing market wasn't it like Obama? Like
Yes.
2008. Am I getting that?
The housing market was George Bush.
Same thing. Same years. You know what I mean?
Same year, yes.
Same
Like
people.
same time frame.
Yeah, same
okay?
time frame.
Same
Obama-
administration.
Okay.
They're all the same administration.
Well, I don't know. They're both kind of neocons,
Obama,
so that
Bush.
is fair.
I mean, same guy.
I mean, they've been the same person. It's just
Different ties.
It's a skeleton, and they re-suit it up every time. It's the same person every
We
time.
need to go to war in the Middle East.
what was the? Did I ever tell you about my Juneteenth fiasco? About that in Obama?
No.
Does that ring a little bit of like a side story? The whenever Juneteenth became a holiday, like was it 3 years ago? Am I getting
Something like
right?
that.
Okay, because it was in June, I thought it was the day that gay marriage was legalized, and I just learned what. So my big thing was, they're like, no, it's on the day the slaves were freed. And I was like, yeah, well, Obama freed the gays, so you take it or leave it. You know?
I don't know. As a child, that's not a bad thought.
It's fair.
Because I don't know the day it was legalized. Anyway.
Well, I feel
Oh,
like
that's not good because that's an upcoming question.
fuck
Oh,
me in the
no.
jerk me off. I feel like 2014, or is that too
But
late?
it's July now.
2009.
No, it's June 23rd.
Shit.
Oh, sorry to all the gay dads from last episode.
Right.
Where's your heart lying?
There goes our gay dad fan base.
So we can only miss one. So even if we get this wrong, that means we just have to get the last 3 right.
Yeah. I think it's Black Monday.
Yeah, sure. I'm with you. I think Great Crat.
I don't
Fuck
think it's
me.
Black Monday.
That's incorrect. It is the Great Crash.
Why would they do that?
Why do they do that? Where they're like, well, the day this guy got shot was the bullet hurt on the world.
The Great Bullet.
But when this guy died, it was the day the water flew or some shit like that. Come on, historians.
Okay, so we cannot miss any more.
Fuck. Is this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire rules?
Right.
Can we get a one ask Siri?
What year was the Civil Rights Act passed? This is a layup question, in my opinion, because the year is attached to the legislation.
Shit. Is this when black people were allowed to vote? Am I way off on this?
This is when the United States wasn't segregated. They quit intentionally oppressing black people.
Had they gotten rid of
started hiding their oppression of black people.
Is that when they already gotten rid of 3/5 at that point?
Oh yeah, 3/5 was yeah.
Can I ask you a clarifying question?
The 13th and 14th Amendment is what. 13th granted the freedom of slaves, and then the 14th is like expanded voting rights.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
And 14th Amendment is also like birthright of citizenship and stuff like that.
Okay,
yes.
I'm getting this.
What year was the Civil Rights Act passed?
That's a good question. You tell me.
Okay,
I tried to get it.
That's a good question. You ask me, or you tell me.
Can you give us another historical event that happened around the same time to see if?
No.
The Korean War and the Vietnam War.
Oh, that changes everything. I think 70 and I think 50s is too early and 70s is too late.
The Truman Doctrine happened around that time.
I think 57 is way more plausible than 70.
I think it's either 61 and 64. If I had to put money on the line, I'd say 61. Can I ask when Martin Luther King was shot?
That
He
would
was
be
shot. That is correct.
What? Can I get a year?
61.
It's the same year that it would have been.
I can't give you the year.
Fuck.
He was shot in the same year?
Pretty close.
Damn it. God, I'm trying to remember my friend Martin.
Well, hang on. What year was Kennedy president?
70s? Is that Kennedy?
Maybe.
Tits.
Because Kennedy's whole thing was helping get that going.
Yep.
I think it's 64.
I'm liking that.
64.
That is correct.
Give me some!
That is correct.
Dude,
It's the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Can we get like what town did Jordan Johnson born or something? Can we get like something easy, please?
You might get that wrong. That's a hard question, actually.
Mars.
What university did U.S. National Guard soldiers gun down unarmed protesters of the Vietnam War?
Do you know this?
Fuck no, dude. I almost said Virginia Tech, but that was a school shooting in the 2000s.
That's so unrelated.
I know, man.
It's a shooting on a college campus, so one was just done by the government, and the other one was done by
some lunatic.
a white person.
Which I think National Guard sounds like makes more sense to be in California than fucking Kent State.
So protesters of the Vietnam War.
Yeah, anti-war protesters.
About what year would that have been?
Yes. California is a very protesty state.
1970s, probably like 1974.
Toledo is Toledo, Ohio.
Correct.
Am I getting that? Where is Murray State located?
Yeah, 1970.
Cool.
Murray State is in Kentucky.
Where is Kent State?
Ohio.
Ohio, they would have been so like...
As is Toledo.
California, the problem is it could be a trick. California is just so like...
California.
They would have protested wars.
They always protest.
Kentucky
wars.
would have been like, "Fuck, can I bring my gun with me?" Like,
it would have been like, Kentucky would have been like, $50 million more to Texas Instrument and Lockheed Martin.
We're missing a big part. Unarmed protesters. Kentucky, everyone has guns. California, they're kind of like peaceful protests.
But has California always been that way? Is the genuine question.
Would that been was 70s flower powder?
But you got to think Tupac was
not
in
70s.
California, bro.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah, but this is at a college campus, not just college campuses are.
If anyone's gonna have a gun in California, it's a college kid. I think it's Kent State.
Really?
That's important.
Hold on, can we do
somehow?
Can we use our 50-50?
Yeah,
No,
can we get a 50-50?
You use your 50-50.
Dang it. Well, if you're honoring a 50-50, then it's only right we get a phone a friend.
We have to actually call. We don't look it up.
We'll
we have to
actually call someone.
Do you have somebody? Just he called
Yeah,
it-
you get a phone a friend, sure.
I know 100% what you're doing.
What?
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
Who are you calling?
What?
Oh, never mind.
I'm about to actually call somebody.
I was going to call Nick.
No, I knew he wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have.
I know.
Nope.
Funny.
That's too easy.
Try to get it to be like, I'm actually on Jeopardy or something.
While we're waiting for the break,
What's up, dude?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
It's going good. I've got a super important question.
Okay, lay it on me.
I'm playing a game show right now, and I'm allowed to phone a friend.
Oh, shit. Okay, let's hear it.
What university did U.S. National Guard soldiers gun down unarmed protesters of the Vietnam War?
That was Kent State. in
Bang!
Ohio.
Kent State.
that is correct.
Thank you, Graham Dixon.
Yeah, you betcha, baby.
You're
Thanks.
a legend.
Just won $1 million.
shout out, Graham Dixon.
Cool. I'll take like $10.
Yeah, I'm wiring. I'll wire it over right now. Appreciate it.
All right, well, good job, dude.
I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
What a legend.
That is correct.
Yes.
The problem
Shout
is
out.
we used all of our lifelines. So we have to get this next one right on our wits.
It's the gay one, right?
It is.
There's a
Oh,
gay
no.
one?
When was gay marriage legalized in the United States?
Nationwide.
Is it
on
A,
this-
2007, B, 2015,
Yeah.
C, 2004, or D, 1999?
It has to be 2015 because it was Obama, no?
Yeah, Obama was president. No, but
Well-
Obama was from 2008.
Yeah, he was
To
8.
2012 and then 2012 to 2016.
But here's the kicker, though. He would technically then he would have started his presidency in 2007. That would have been his first year. So it can't be 4 or 99.
No, he would have started his presidency in 2008
Yeah.
in January.
So it has to be 2015.
He was elected in 2007, took over February 2008.
I just gave away the answer.
Yeah, thank you. 2015, baby.
2015.
Let's.
That is correct.
We
did it.
We ceased it.
Bonus question.
Oh, fuck me. Do we lose anything with these?
Okay, yeah. If we
Is this Red Baron?
the Red Baron. Well, yeah. What happens if we get this wrong?
Yeah, I want
That's
to know.
a good question.
Just pulls out a blade. What was the name of the bomb?
Here.
that dropped the atomic bomb.
We can compete against each other for these.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
So let's go back through.
Go
we
back.
got correct. Correct. Correct.
We got that one wrong.
Wrong. Correct. Wrong.
Oh, wrong. We got that right.
You guys got this one right.
Do you have 2 bonus point questions? Is that what it is?
Yes, two
Okay.
bonus questions.
So we're competing
This
against each
one.
other on both.
This one was correct. This one was correct. I'll give you all this one.
I think I know the bonus question.
You can get rid of it. You can get rid of it, and
so-
we'll have to.
So,
We
yes,
gotta
we're getting rid of
crawl.
this one. You can't lose points on the bonus questions, and they're both worth 2 points. So you can either knock this out of the park and get a passing grade pass plus, or you
Scathe by.
fail by 1 point.
Okay.
I already have my answer written down for this.
Are we allowed to both answer now?
Yes, you're allowed to both answer.
And you're accepting both of our
I'm
answers.
accepting 2 answers for these.
Does spelling count?
No, spelling does
good.
not count.
Thank you. Oh, I love you.
Are we allowed to confer?
Yes.
I
I will give you, at the start,
Yeah.
you will get 2 minutes
Shit.
to discuss.
I heard
Starting
that. I've heard that is a bomber whose name I've heard besides Snoopy. Wait, was Snoopy a bomber or did he just drive the shed?
He just drove the shed.
Thank you.
Is this crazy?
I can't even see. I can only see. It's a little vague.
That's like a thing. I don't know his real name.
I think this is the.
Is it a real name or a nickname?
It's a not the model of the plane, but the nickname of the bomber.
It
I
may,
think I'm right.
It was dropped by a B-52 specifically.
and this may be his real name, actually. I think we got both the. All right. I like Rocket.
All right, I'll accept your answers.
You go.
The Unabomber.
That is incorrect.
Shit. I said Ted Kaczynski.
That,
Those are bombers.
those, I'm pretty sure Ted
Is
Ted
the Unabomber?
Kaczynski is the Unabomber.
Damn it.
But the answer I was looking for was the Enola Gay. That's the name of the
Nice.
bomber.
That wasn't a nickname. That was just him being bullied on the fucking airbase.
Last question.
So we have to get this one right to pass?
Yes.
Oh, no.
What was the name of the period
Oh,
in
shit.
American history known for great economic and political change?
I feel like I know
It
this.
took place in the 1890s.
The Golden Girls.
You're honestly, Josh,
You're on to something.
you're close.
I was just saying, I feel like Golden something. It ain't. I feel like Golden Era is
but it's
too.
not golden.
It's too vague. The Wonder Year. I'm just naming sitcoms.
It's very close to golden.
I almost said Gold Rush, but you said it wasn't gold. Also, the Gold Rush is not 1890s. You fucking idiot, Josh. You okay over there?
Yeah.
What are you writing down over there?
This is where my head is, but I don't know where to go from there.
He just wrote the silver. Let me think.
The silver.
I feel like after he says it, that's what's gonna piss me off is I know it.
Yeah.
We have heard the phrase before. This is relatively easy, right? In the sense that you said we should have been taught this in school,
Yes.
correct? Okay, so I'm on the right
Took
track.
place during the 1870s or beginning of the 1870s and ended in the 1900s, but most prominent change took place during the 1890s.
Would this be the Jordan
Pieces of
Bulls
legislation
dynasty?
that were passed during this time period? The Sherman Antitrust Act.
It ain't
think
industrial
that's-
era, is it?
No, but the United States did heavily industrialize during this time period.
Something. The something.
I'll give you a hint.
Yes, please.
The last word of this era is age.
Ain't golden age.
It's the blank age.
I
Doesn't that look good?
feel like I heard about that, but at the same time, I feel like that wasn't 1890s.
Industrial.
You can lock in your answer. I gotta think of something. That can be yours.
Well, he said it's close to gold, so hedge our bets. Just change that.
Sure.
I think I'm right.
Let it
No,
ride.
you write one down
Fuck, man.
and just change that word.
The blank
got-
age.
Like a minute, Josh.
Fuck me, dude.
When,
It's the
I think I'm right.
I probably get a certain adjective.
Can I show you my answer?
You can't confirm right or wrong until I put something down.
Well, then you show yours first, because I think I'm right. I'll put it on my back. I'll be the TJ McCollum of this couch.
I was gonna say just simply the new age.
that
Incorrect.
is not correct. Jordan, what you got for me?
The Bronze Age?
Oh, that is incorrect.
If it's silver.
I was looking for the Gilded Age.
That's literally a Rush lyric. God damn it. Beyond the. That's Cage. Never mind.
So we failed?
Well,
We technically. We got a D.
this test has a curve. I'll curve you a point and pass you.
Yes!
You did a good job.
We're just as smart as
I'm
Nick.
still proud of you.
Woo.
You did a good job.
I want to be like you one day and teach
Yeah.
two grown men on a couch.
You'd actually be a really
You
good
would be a
teacher.
good history teacher.
Maybe in another life. Maybe in another life.
Happy wife, happy life.
Did your computer just blow up?
No, I just ended the slideshow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you stop the capture in case. So you ain't run out. How many
Yeah.
gigs is that?
No, I don't even think I hit 1 gig.
Wow.
Fuck, editor Josh fucking
So,
cranking one out.
yes. So, thank you all for joining us for our quiz today. We have some smart fellas amongst our group today. No fart smellers. They are smart fellas. So
I do love the idea of taking something one of us is an expert on and quizzing the other two against
Yes.
the other guy. That I
Yeah,
like
because,
that a
like
lot.
if we pull up for like a music quiz and Jordan gives it out, I'm cooked.
I would do okay if he started pulling out music from like the 70s to 2000s.
Yeah.
If it's modern shit, I'd be dead.
Well, if you got like technical within like music theory stuff, then I'm like,
Hey, I took clarinet from.
forget about
I
it.
can do that. I learned.
I mean, if you showed me what like a bass clef looked, or like bass clef and like treble clef, I could name those for you. I could name like some notes, but that's about it.
He's already jotting it down.
Yeah, go ahead, draw something for me.
This is our practice.
Which one is that?
I don't know.
I can't.
It's so funny. You just said you knew what this was.
Wait. Oh, is that bass clef?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we want to do next week?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
We should keep this fresh and not do this all the time.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I-
Given time.
I'm down to cook up a music one in the near future.
I think that could be fun. And then
Okay.
July 11th will be the next air date.
Okay. That'll be cool because I've got a pretty important announcement that I want to make.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll get to that. later.
Cool. So that'll be the next one then?
I guess so.
We'll do it. Just chillaxing.
Okay.
Well, anyways, folks, thanks for joining us this week. We really appreciate you all tuning in, watching our show. And, as always, like, comment, subscribe,
Yeah.
maybe click the bell button if you feel like it. Join us on Fridays at around noon, and we'll see you next time. Have a good week.
Don't get drafted.
Yeah, don't get drafted.
And if you do, watch the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
get you out of it.
yeah. Just tell them you got bone spurs. That's what our president said, and that worked, so.